The Golden Gemz podcast? What's that? It's a podcast where you get your motivation. It's a podcast where you get consistent gems. It's a podcast where you get your inspiration and you sit back and just learn just a little bit. It's a podcast that even your mama love. It's the best podcast simply around. The Golden Gemz podcast, baby. And yes, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming back. Sit back, relax, and get these gems. Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to the Golden Gemz podcast. How are y'all feeling out there, my beautiful people? Guess what? Hey, it's sports talk with Relly. So I hope you're ready for today's sports talk. Hey, man, I got a good episode for you. So today, of course, we're gonna talk about my pick and my team. Hey, we up 3-2. Game tomorrow night. What is going to happen? Hey, like I said, I told y'all, the Warriors, maybe they were listening, man. Maybe they tuned into the podcast, on the last episode, man. I told you, Draymond Green, what did he have to do? He had to go ahead, fill the stat sheet across the board. What did he have last game? 8 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. That's all we need from you, Draymond. A single double, a single triple double. Let me say that. All you needed was 10 more points, and hey, you're almost there. And you need a couple more assists and rebounds. But hey, I give you a single double, man. I see you out here. That's what we needed from you. And then also, too, man, we had another party chip in, Andrew Wiggins. I mentioned Andrew Wiggins on the last episode. All Curry needed, because he also went 0 for 9 last game from 3-point. All he needed was somebody else to come along for the ride. Klay Thompson stepped up. Andrew Wiggins stepped up. Draymond Green stepped up. You have to have a supporting cast in this league today, man. In this league, there's no longer one superstar that's going to beat you, one superstar that can carry the team. You need damn near about 2 superstars and then damn near the 3 putting up 10, 15, so almost a role player, but damn near a starter. So you need a collaborative effort in order to go far in these playoffs, man, especially in the NBA. So, it's crazy to see how Boston responds. Oh, my goodness, I'm sorry. Yeah, I had to get that out. But it's interesting to see. I said it was crazy to see, but it's interesting to see how Boston responds this next game. Because I'm expecting them to come out, and of course they're going to be on their home floor. Come on, you don't want to see nobody holding up the championship trophy. After you just went out there and fought your ass off, you don't want to see nobody holding up that trophy, not on your home court. So Boston, man, it's interesting to see, how they're gonna bounce back and what they're gonna do in order to prevent Steph from getting his points, prevent Andrew Wiggins from damn near scoring 26, or oh my goodness, whoa, hey, can y'all tell? Am I sleepy? Did I just wake up? Like, God dang, I need a nap. I might need a nap. My bad, y'all. But going back to the topic at hand, man, with Andrew Wiggins putting up 26 last game, Klay Thompson, I think he had like 18, but he hit like four or five 3-pointers. So, everybody came alive. Everybody contributed to the effort, even though Steph was having an off shooting night, even though he still put up like 16, 17, but it was off shooting night because he went 0 from 9 for 3. He's not going to go 0 from 9 again. He's not going to go over from the 3-point line again. And then he also snapped his own streak of 233 straight games with a 3-pointer. So that's crazy, to even think about. And that streak damn near lasted a minute. So, hey, I don't see nobody breaking that streak anytime soon. Stephen Curry is the best shooter of all time. But, going back to what I was saying, to have a supporting cast these days in the NBA, you need that. There's no longer that one player that's going to be dominant. You've seen it when Boston beat Giannis in the Bucks. Giannis couldn't do it all himself. They needed Chris Middleton. They needed Jrue Holiday to step up. They needed Bobby Portis to go ahead and step up. They needed those extra pieces in order to get over the hump and get the win without having one of their key players in Chris Middleton. Shoot, if I'm being honest, I don't see Boston beating the Bucks if they had Chris Middleton. And the Bucks is my team. So yes, I'm a little biased, but I'm just being honest. It went to game 7 without Chris Middleton. So imagine if they had Chris Middleton. I'm saying it's going 5 or 6 games. 6 games max. So it's going to be interesting to see next year. Hopefully, Chris Middleton and the Bucks can stay healthy, and hopefully Boston can stay healthy. And let's see a rematch next year because I really want to see that. Because I feel like at the end of the day, it's going to be really great just to see how both them teams, shape up and how they bounce back and how that rematch next year to see who will prevail when both teams are at full strength. And I don't see Boston really coming back and running the table like they did this year. I think Boston, they ended up getting lucky with a couple things. Kyrie and Kevin Durant, they played them great at the end of the day. But the Nets, it wasn't really right all year because you had the fucking craziness going on with Kyrie during the season. And I think it was just a lot of off the court stuff that was going on with that. But at the same time, ooh, God, ooh, 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 my bad, y'all. My bad. Dang, I'm sorry. And I'm getting emails and messages right now. Hey, I'm sorry, but you know, back to what I was saying. The Nets, they wasn't right all year. Boston, I feel like they really got lucky this season, and they it was well earned, honestly, at the end of the day. But I feel like if teams were at full strength, Kyle Lowry and Tyler Hero, they wasn't really right. Tyler Hero was out the whole series versus Boston, really, and I feel like Boston, they did what they were supposed to do at the end of the day, so you can't discredit them because they got as far as they got because they persevered, they worked their ass off, and then two, they made shit happen. You feel me? They came together as a team, and you can't discredit them getting to the finals because shit, they took out the Nets, they took out the Bucks, and they took out the Heat. So at the end of the day, that's kudos to them. They were definitely battle tested, and they came out on top. But at the same time, I feel like if some of those teams were full strength, you're not I'm giving shout outs to all these teams. Yes, I was on YouTube real quick because I wanted to see damn near how my subscribers was doing on the Golden Gems podcast, and y'all are not subscribing. So go ahead, stop playing, hit that bell button so you can get all the notifications. Make sure you subscribe as well. And then too, man, just like, comment, show some love. Make sure you're giving me feedback. Make sure you let me know. I still haven't seen anybody say, I want you to cover this sport. I want you to cover this sport on Sports Talk. Hey, let me know. I will cover it all. I will give you gems about everything because I damn near got my hands in everything and just knowledge about everything. And then too, also just a side note, on the Golden Gems podcast, man, I will be bringing y'all some special episodes coming soon. I got another interview coming up as well. So make sure y'all tune in for that, man. And then guess what? I hope y'all seen the new logo. Hey, the new logo for the Golden Gems podcast. Hey, it's serious, man. It's serious. Let me know y'all feedback on it. I'm gonna put that logo damn near at the beginning of this video, and then I'm gonna put it at the end of the video as well, because I just want y'all, to kind of show love and let me know if you like the logo, if you think I should change it again, or if you want to see merch coming from me, because I really got some merch ideas coming, and I had to really settle down and really figure out which logo that I was going with actually. And at the end of the day, man, it's like, hey, your boy is ready to go ahead, take this channel, take this podcast, and hey, just scale it, honestly. And with scaling it, it's gonna require hard work, it's gonna require dedication, and then it's gonna require my fans, man. Y'all gotta continue to show love. Y'all gotta continue to, kind of I'm not saying comment every time, but go ahead and like the video a couple times, send it out to your friends and family, and just continue to expand your horizon and expand your friends and family's horizon by showing them this podcast and by tuning into this podcast, because I feel like we doing things different around here. This podcast is unlike any other podcast, you feel me? But enough of the rant, let me get back to my sports talk. But I hope y'all take that into consideration and you start showing some love to your boy, all right? Because I can use it. And at the end of the day, let's go ahead and get back to the Boston Celtics and the Warriors. So at the end of the day, I'm going with the Warriors. I'm going with the Warriors to finish it tomorrow, game 6 in Boston. And I'm going with Curry to damn near put up 30 or 40. I'm gonna say 40. I'm going bold. He gonna go ahead, solidify the MVP, and he gonna make a statement. He gonna show everybody why he deserves to be in the top 10 of NBA players all time. Maybe top 15. I don't know. I still feel like it's stretched to put him in top 10, but he has revolutionized the game. And then two, with 4 titles in an MVP, it's gonna be hard to debate it. And then he has 2 regular season MVPs. My man, he's stacking up a hell of a career right now. But it's going to be interesting if they win this one. See what they do next year. See what they do the year after that. They kind of on the verge of creating another dynasty, in my opinion. But we're gonna see, man. We're gonna definitely see. I'm rooting for the Warriors. I'm rooting for them to continue, this great run that they've had, with Draymond and Clay and the pieces they had. And of course, they don't have Kevin Durant anymore. But you feel me? I don't know. Kevin Durant, you hopped on a bus and hey, you went along for the ride. You finished, you feel me? You hopped off, you changed the tire a couple times too, because you won 2 MVPs yourself and you took over in those finals games. So Kevin Durant, kudos to you. You still out here balling, you still doing your thing, but you still chose to hop on the bus of a 73-9 winning team. That's another debate for another day. But kudos to him. Shoot, he wanted to win. So yeah, you got to respect it. So going back to another topic, or switching gears to another topic, like I said, I'm going with Golden State. Hey, Boston, let's see what you do. Go ahead and prove me wrong. But you know, let's go ahead and switch gears to the NFL. Yes, I touched on this guy a few episodes ago because he was sitting on the bench. Actually, he's sitting on a bench. He's collecting dust, and now it looks like my man is on the move. So Baker Mayfield, he is potentially on the move to go to the Panthers in Carolina. Um, I feel like it's kind of bittersweet probably for Baker Mayfield. I think he's definitely been humbled a lot. You feel me throughout this transition, having another player come on your team and then having his ass get paid 200 some million and your ass have to sit in the wings. And then Baker Mayfield, I mean, he had some bad film coming from last year. He had an injury. He had ended up tearing his labrum and he still ended up playing throughout the season. And I give him kudos for that because playing with a torn labrum is different, bro. I had dislocated my shoulder and I tore my labrum in the national championship game that we played in a couple of years ago. And that second half of the game was fucking horrible. You feel me? And then the next day, waking up, oh, I felt like my shoulder was fucking damn near like at my hands. Like my shit was just fucked up. I couldn't sleep for like 2-3 nights. So I give him kudos for going through and battling with a labor. After like probably the first 2 weeks, like you start to feel better, but it's still a pain, and you always gonna notice it. So I give him kudos for still playing, but he put out some bad film out there, and I think that really caused teams to not look at him the same. He is still a number one overall draft pick, from previous years ago, and I feel like he's going to get a second chance at Carolina. Carolina, they coming and they really want him. They gonna go ahead put him on the books. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Baker Mayfield does when he gets there. Of course, they have some other players on the team, and they got a few other quarterbacks on the team, but they really didn't do anything in the draft really as far as quarterbacks, and they kept like the quarterbacks that they had. They damn near ended the season last year with Cam Newton too. So I was interested to see if they was gonna bring Cam Newton back, but they ended up not bringing him back. So, Cam Newton's sitting out here like me, but he's still a millionaire sitting there. Hey, the pockets ain't hurting. I see you out here, Cam. Keep on collecting that money. Keep doing what you do. And at the end of the day, man, it's like, I want to see Baker Mayfield damn near succeed. I like this story, but I feel like my man did need to humble himself, though. He needed to humble himself. He needed to go ahead, like stop being like I'm tired of seeing all these commercials with my man. If I'm being honest, I think it was all the commercials that damn near caused him to play bad. My man's like in 50 commercials. How did you got time to do that? I don't know. I don't know. You feel me? I don't know, Baker. But what you gonna do this year? You're gonna get a chance to have a restart year. You're gonna get a chance. I said restart year. Yeah, you're gonna get a chance for a restart. You're gonna get a chance, to go ahead and compete for a starting, position. And I just looked it up right now. That's what I was doing on my phone. So forgive me. The Carolina Panthers quarterbacks right now, they got like 4 on the roster. They got Matt Corral. He's a backup. I think he was playing on Houston for a little bit. Sam Darnold. So, of course, y'all know Sam Darnold. So, he'll be probably competing with Sam Darnold for the starting quarterback spot. I forgot that Sam Darnold was actually on this team because of Cam Newton came in, but Sam Darnold was actually injured. So, it does make a lot of sense last year. But, we're going to see what happens. I'm rooting for damn near Baker. I think he just needed to get humbled a little bit. I feel, excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning so much, but forgive me, y'all. I'm still rooting to see, I'm still rooting to see how well Baker does. I'm rooting for him. And it's gonna be interesting to see, feel me, in a new environment, a new setup, and see if he can really go out there and compete in Carolina. And then Carolina also has two other quarterbacks in Philip Walker and Davis Cheek. He was a rookie, I think an undrafted free agent. But, with Philip Walker, he came from the, God dang, what was that league called? The XFL. XFL. He came from the XFL. He did his thing, and he got a chance to, make an NFL roster. And he actually played in a couple games last year, but he didn't do that well. I think he did like throw a couple bombs. He did, have a couple highlight plays throughout the year. So SO to Philip Walker, for making it to the league and doing his thing. And so now I'm interested to see, you feel me, how the Panthers do. They ain't on my radar. I think they still gonna be a bottom of the pack team. I don't really see them making the playoffs. But hey, with Baker at the helm, let's see what he does. So switching gears, to another Cleveland Browns quarterback right now, with Deshaun Watson. I touched on this last episode, but he actually came out and he talked, and he was saying like pretty much how everything with the allegations and things like that, like he's standing on his own too. Like he's saying that he didn't do anything wrong. He's saying that he feels bad pretty much. I wish I can put that clip in here. I might actually figure out a way to do it. I might go ahead and put that clip in here so that way y'all can see it. But then again, I really think y'all can just take the word of mouth from me, or you can go ahead and look up the actual interview online if you want to. So with him, Deshaun Watson, he was pretty much saying like, he's sorry for, all the commotion that it's caused. Yes, he's owning up that it was 24 women. When he was asked that it was 60 plus women, he kind of looked, his face was like this, and he was just like, you know what, I'm gonna let my lawyers handle that, because he can't really say too much about the case, obviously, because it's pending cases. The shit is still going on right now. So he can only give us so much information about it. But I felt like he was remorseful. I felt like, it was good to just hear him talk about it. It was good just to see him talk about it. But it's still, heartbreaking just to see, people go through this, as far as from the women's side, and then also from his side, because you can tell in the interview he's not prepared to answer these questions. He's not really prepared, to go through the things that he's going through right now. And I don't think you really can prepare for things like that. You can't, because at the end of the day, what happens is going to happen regardless. So it's like, it's a bad hand of cards that he was dealt, but it's a hand of cards that he dealt himself. For switching so many different masseuses. You should have just had like 5. If you had 5, maybe almost 10 that you switched through, okay, that's cool. But 24, that's a hell of a number. Then you got now up to 66 reported by New York Times. And, if that's true, it's still going to be crazy that even happened in a year and 7 months or almost 2 years, like they're saying. So, I'm praying for the situation to unfold and, for everybody to get the justice that they deserve, regardless if he did it or not. I'm praying for justice to be served if he did, justice to be served if he didn't. And then, two, for the situation to evolve, because Deshaun Watson is a great quarterback. I want to see him out there playing. I want to see him, leading Cleveland, to a championship, honestly. So, it's going to be interesting, man. I'm rooting for him, but I'm also rooting for the women to get the justice they deserve if, it's the opposite. And if he really did, what they're saying he did. So at the end of the day, it's very, very interesting to see, people go through these things, because it's like you see what you should do. Like, I'm the kind of guy, I learn from other people's mistakes, and I do my best not to make that same fucking mistake. Because at the end of the day, you can learn from other people's experiences. You can learn from other people failing and other people not doing what they're supposed to do. You can learn from other people's mistakes, and that's how you continue to evolve yourself. Because if you see that person over there, getting in trouble for throwing rocks, why would you go over there and pick up a rock and throw it yourself? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you have to be mindful, and you have to always pay attention to your surroundings and pay attention to the things that's happening around you. Because at the end of the day, like, it's key for you to not put yourself in certain situations, so that way you can still have a successful life. You can still be happy. You can go ahead and move forward with your life and not have those same bumps in the road that another person went through. Yes, that made them who they are. That's their story. But if you can avoid those bumps in the road, then shoot, avoid them. and continue to be great, continue to, live your life and purpose and values and stand true to your morals as well. So that is the end of this episode. I was going to bring a couple of more segments in here. I might even drop an episode tomorrow. Of course, I'm going to be talking about sports. I said, of course, I'm going to be bringing up, the NBA finals again. And if the Warriors win, best believe I'm going to go ahead and record an episode on that Friday and get out some sports talk. It might be from a different setting, so stay tuned for that. But hey, at the end of the day, it's going to be great to see this game 6 in Boston. I'm rooting for the Warriors. Let's go ahead and see who's going to win. And hey, I hope y'all staying blessed. I hope you're staying safe out there. And make sure, hey, subscribe, share this video, like this video, hit the bell button, and continue to show love, man. So guess what? Golden Gems Podcast, and we out, baby. Boom. It did not go that far that time. It's okay, though. Come back for more. Dudes.